Well, Matt, defeat today against Accrington. Your reflection on that one, please.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that they handled the conditions better than us today. That was my reflection on it. They handled what was obviously awful conditions to play football in. They handled it much better than we did in the opening part. I thought we were sloppy to start the game, which isn't like us. So I thought they handled the conditions better than us today. So that was the frustrating thing. Listen, I can never question my group ever in terms of their willingness to keep trying and keep going. I just felt like today we just slightly we probably just got drawn into the conditions a little bit too much as it went on. I thought we could have made a couple more passes and try and play our way through it. And we just didn't settle down enough into that game. And when the key moments came, you know, they had that little bit of fortune with the second goal, whereby they haven't had to work the keeper, but it's kind of flukily got in, and we didn't have that today. The challenge for us now is to, off the back of a fantastic week, that first game there, off the back of that, didn't go the way that we wanted it to go. We have to have a positive reaction for the game on Tuesday now, and that's the challenge for the group, because we know as a group, and that's everyone together, we weren't at the standards that we set ourselves today, and that's what we've spoken about in there. We weren't at the standards that we expect of ourselves, and that's everybody today. So they're sometimes the most disappointing ones, and as I say, conditions played a huge part in kind of making it a fight for everybody, and the key moments we were just not quite right today. I haven't seen the first goal back. In live, it looked like it was offside to me, so that was frustrating if that was the case. I saw it back on the screen there, it was only small, but it looked like it was offside. So again, as I say, that little bit of luck wasn't there with us today. But you can't rely on that. You know, we have to dust ourselves down and then go again on Tuesday, and what then becomes one that we want to have a real reaction to, because that wasn't the standards we set ourselves.
You mentioned the first goal. I think so far this season it's 8 times going behind in the opening 15 minutes away from home. What do you necessarily put that down to? Is there anything you can put your finger on with the slow starts perhaps away from home?
Well, like anything, you have to be mentally starting straight away, mentally right to start the game, and I think that little bit of misjudgment in the middle of the park allowed him to get the other side of his marker to then, I think it was Donovan on the halfway line. Listen, that can happen with the conditions. As I say, I think it just fell the other side of that. And I'd have to see it. Have you seen it again to see if it was offside or not? It looked like he was over the other side of him. So, as I say, we didn't get the call on that. We just have to be switched on together. We've been fantastic for the back of the last 4 games before today. So there'll be no teacups thrown or anything like that, because for me, we just came off our standards today that we expect of ourselves, that we believe in ourselves, and we have to dust ourselves down quickly, because the games come thick and fast, and that's probably the best thing.
You started with 2 up front today with Jamil. Matt probably rightly getting his chance after a fantastic couple of games for him. You felt right at that point to make the change in the second half, just to try something different, I suppose.
Yeah. Again, there were some moments in the first half. I was happy with the kind of effect that the 2 strikers were having. Jammer has the chance just to my right here when Freddie set him up, and I thought Freddie was causing problems, real problems for the defence. And we know that them 2 are going to cause problems for any defence. We know that. Just felt like after we scored the second, we hadn't quite imposed ourselves on the second half the way we wanted to. Spoke about it at half time. And the change was the right thing to do. The disappointment was we still didn't get that ball down, and we still didn't pass it anywhere near enough, and it just felt like we huffed and puffed, just didn't quite have that ability to put our foot on the ball. Listen, it's hard, the conditions were rubbish, there was a lot of kind of mistakes from both teams. And as I say, we didn't fall on the right side of that little bit of fortune for the goal. Their second goal is that fortuitous way that it goes in. The key now is, what do we do next? The reaction to what's next, and we've got a fantastic chance on Tuesday afternoon to put it right today, and the feeling that we feel today, put that right, because that wasn't us, and that was the disappointing thing.
I was going to say, the beauty of it now is you go into a game on Tuesday against Crewe at home. looking to build on what was a good week at home with those sorts of results.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that game. You know, it should be a great crowd, and it's right to mention the crowd that were here today. As I say, it was terrible conditions, horrible to watch football in, not great to play football in either. So we thank everyone who come to the game today, and you know, we're gutted we didn't get to send them home happy. But we then, as I say, we dust ourselves down, and that's the challenge for Tuesday now. It's to make amends for today, and then start, you know, climbing that table again and start putting our markers down, because we showed what we were all about in the few games that we played last week. That's the standards that we set. We slightly came down from that for a variety of reasons. You know, as I say, conditions were poor. We have to get back to them on Tuesday.
400 in the away end there. Support's been superb over the duration of 2023 away from home. A final note for those, please.
Yeah, that was amazing support. Really was. To brave what was must have been an awful journey up today for them guys. It's credit to them. The unwavering support for the football club is it's inspiring. You know, so. We've had some good moments away from home, some really good moments. Today wasn't to be. We look forward to being at home in the next game, and we obviously wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and we look forward to seeing everybody at home on Boxing Day.